Spencer's NFL draft dreams doesn't go exactly as he thought it would be. And man, are people upset with this episode right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lawrence Report. Tonight's broadcast discussing episode 12 of All-American. And man, I am one of those people that is upset with this episode. Oh, I hate this so much for Spencer Alonzo James. But before we get started, it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could hit that subscribe button, like, and please don't forget to comment. Let's get into this episode of All American. I'm going to get right straight to it. Y'all, Spencer did not get drafted. And I know what you're about to say. Well, the real Spencer Paysinger didn't get drafted either in the first round. I completely get it, right? But this is a TV show, right? So they can rewrite the magic how they want it to be. And it just hurts, it just hurts as a fan for this not to happen. This is the culmination. This is the build-up. This is the build-up that we have been waiting for so long. And y'all let Wade get drafted. Like I said, that's the part that really got me. Y'all put Wade above Spencer? Oh, that right there in itself is kind of like unforgivable. Like, how in the world did he get drafted before Spencer James? Like I said, my heart was crushed. My heart was crushed for Spencer. You visibly could see the look on Spencer's face whenever they're calling all those draft prospects before him. And my God, just the look in his eyes, it lets me know that everything I need to know about Spencer, that he really loves this football thing. He really does want to do this not only for himself, but for the people around him, for the community that is a part of the Spencer James atmosphere, right? The whole bubble, his family, his friends that all are around him rooting for him. We saw Jordan, Jordan's mom, Layla, they're all, they're sitting there rooting and wanting the best for Spencer. Like, he has a whole community behind him, only to get let down. And like I said, they could have changed it up. The writers could have changed it up, but instead they made Spencer have to jump through these hoops, have to go through a struggle type process. And I know about the other Spencer, but realized Spencer got drafted late. I get it. But for once, I was hoping they was going to change it up for Spencer. They did not do it. And as I'm sitting there in front of my TV Monday night, 8 o'clock sharp, as always, right? I'm watching this episode, and my heart absolutely broke for Spencer, because I thought that we were going to get a happy moment for Spencer. And I think we all can admit we have not necessarily seen a lot of happy moments for Spencer. And as he's sitting there, he's watching all the other players get drafted. And in my mind, I'm just like, how? How is this possible? Like, when I say my heart was breaking, it was breaking. But thankfully, Liv was right there to give him some words of encouragement, right? But I think what really got me, this right here is what really got me. Whenever they said, with the last pick of the draft, they end up picking Wade. That really got to me, because we got to think about the history of Wade, right? He had these black kids swatted, he's a part of this bad program that was getting kids injured on purpose, and he was just a bad guy all the way around. And I know that the writers were trying to give Wade a redemption arc, but man, I didn't think it would go this far with him getting drafted. And keep in mind, I said this on Twitter. Keep in mind, Wade didn't even win the championship game. So how in the world did Spencer not go top 5? But Wade got drafted. That got to me. That really got to me. Like I said, we know Spencer, the way it's looking, he will get drafted, late, somewhere in second round by a New York team. But I just wanted Spencer to have his big moment. We've been waiting, what, 6+ seasons for this right here. I just wanted more for Spencer. That's all I'm saying. I just thought that this is gonna be the culmination of everything that he's had to face with, coming from Crenshaw, moving in with Billy, his father passing, him being shot at, losing Sean, Billy passing, relationship struggles sometimes with him and Liv. I was like, okay, this is it. We're going to get Spencer's big moment. Let's go. And it did not happen. Let's switch gears to the other half of the relationship when it comes to Olivia. I'm talking about the one and only Liv. Now, we know that she has been trying to promote this book in this episode, this children's book of Billy Baker, but it didn't go out as planned as she hoped it to be. In fact, I feel like she may have dropped the ball, in, the press release for this book right here, right? I think Layla would have been a perfect person to talk to get, the media, so they would know about this event. They could have covered it, reaching out to the community. That is a part of Layla's strength, right? It could have been bigger, but, there was nobody there. There's nobody there, not to mention Ashley came in at the wrong time. He was like, oh, it's already over. I was like, oh my God. Not now, Asher. Not now, bro. Not now. But we also got a chance to see the return. I've said this before in my previous videos, I've been loving the OG characters from AllAmerican. We got a chance to see the one and only Kia. She came back because, Olivia is going to be reading this book to the kids, at the Crenshaw school. So it was good to see Kia back for this episode, even if it's just for a couple minutes. I always love it whenever we see those OG characters from the AllAmerican universe, right, from the past. Switching gears to Jordayla, right? Jordayla, in this episode, they're practicing their wedding dance and they're about to officially get married. Now, we know that a lot of times when you're about to get married, sometimes you may forget those important conversations like, do you want kids? How many kids do you want? Should we name our kids after our grandparents? And I think that's some of the things that Jordayla may have forgot. They was caught up in the wedding venue and dresses and things of that nature right there. But we also do find out that, Layla's like, listen, I've already asked Liv to be my bridesmaid, right? And I do love in this episode how Liv and Layla, and it's hard to believe they never ever said this right here, but they called each other sisters, which I thought was dope because I feel like they are really, BFFs. They really are sisters. I mean, they started together from day one on this show right here, right? And for Jordan, he is kind of wondering who should he choose as his best man, right? He ends up meeting up Spencer, and he says something like, my best friend, my best something. He says something like that nature, right? And it's like he wants to ask Spencer to be his best man, but we do know he ends up asking Asher to be his best man, which I can't completely understand because him and Asher have been friends from day one, going back to middle school. They talked about how, he was shy to, they talked about how Jordan was shy to ask Layla out back in middle school. So they had been tight since day one. So it does kind of make sense for him to go with Asher being his best man, but I would not be surprised in the next episode we end up seeing potentially him having two best men. I'm talking about Spencer as well, but we just have to wait and see. So I'm excited about Jordayla wedding. It's been a long time coming for them. I know some fans are kind of shocked that Jordayla is getting a wedding before, Olivia. So yeah, we'll just have to see how this wedding plays out. My guy, Asher Adams, right? It looks like there is a new coach in town that's basically about to run the show at the current university where Asher is at, right? And Asher kind of feel like he's been placed to the side, right? He tries to make some leeway with his coach. And he's like, listen, I put together this playbook of, all the players' strengths, all the players' weaknesses. But we do find out later that the coach ain't feeling it. In fact, he ends up throwing the book into the trash can. And Asher felt some type of way about it, right? And he's having this conversation with Jamie. And Jamie's trying to give him some words of encouragement, saying like, yo, you do deserve better. And one thing about Asher, we know he will hop to school to get that good coaching job. It looks like he's about to return to Beverly. So I'm wondering how they're going to set it up for him for next season, right? Like, I know he's going to be a part of season 7. Maybe. He kind of made that Instagram post where it seemed like he may not be. I don't know. We'll just have to see, what's going on with the Asher storyline going into season 7 of All-American. So yeah, my final thoughts on this episode of All-American. Sad that Spencer didn't get drafted. We know it looks like they're probably gonna setting up him getting drafted, I believe, in season 7. But we just have to see. But man, oh man, they let me down. I think they let a lot of people down because we saw that Spencer was going to have that one big happy moment that we all have been waiting for. So please don't forget to comment as well. And as always, thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Report.